Egypt's protest law allows authorities to ban any public gathering of more than 10 people. It's one of the measures blocking the full restoration of U.S. financial assistance to the new government, which continues to detain journalists and many members of the former ruling party, including Egypt's ousted president. Secretary Kerry says such restrictions on civil society continue to be part of his talks with officials here in Cairo.
The foreign minister and I also discussed, as we almost always have, the essential role of a vibrant civil society, a free press, due process under law. And there's no question that Egyptian society always has been stronger and is stronger when all of its citizens have a say and a stake in its success.
Former General Abdel Fattah al-Sisi led the coup that toppled Egypt's first democratically elected leader and was then himself elected president. He told the UN General Assembly last month that he's committed to reform.
Our aim is to build a new Egypt, a state that represents the rights and freedoms, honors its duties, and ensures the coexistence of its citizens without exclusion or discrimination. A state that respects and enforces the rule of law and guarantees freedom of opinion.
Yet some say al-Sisi must do more to show he's serious about those reforms. American University professor Akbar Ahmed.
General Sisi has to very quickly establish himself as a wise, sensible leader if he has to gain any credibility in the near future, because otherwise he will have to be constantly battling this reputation of having come in as a military dictator at a time when it seemed, after the Arab Spring, that the time of the military dictators was over.
Many members of the former ruling Muslim Brotherhood remain behind bars, as do other critics of the al-Sisi administration. Human rights lawyer and former presidential candidate Khaled Ali says President al-Sisi is misusing the law.
For example, people took to the streets to show support for Sisi. Others took to the streets against Sisi. Those who were supporting Sisi were protected by the police and could not be touched, while those who were protesting against him were arrested.
Egypt is an important part of resolving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and of fighting Islamic State militants. But Human Rights Watch's Sarah Margon says Washington cannot let that obscure its push for civil liberties.
Down the line, having human rights, basic fundamental freedoms, expression, association, assembly, those are all integral to national security. And if you look only short term, you're much more likely to cloud the longer term prospects for peace.
As Cairo tries to broker a more lasting peace between Hamas and Israel, U.S. officials say Egypt's leaders must also meet the needs of their own people. Scott Stearns, VOA News, Cairo.